Oh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are back with another KastKing Tuesday Night Live. We've already got a couple people on the YouTube side of things hopping in here. Dan, what's happening? Joe Rollins, welcome back. Who else we got here? Gary jumping in from Gary's a repeat offender, let me tell you. Jumping in over on the Facebook side of things. We're going to get things kicking off. What's going on, Dan? Glad to have you. We got some cool things to talk about. We got some exciting news. There's a pre-sale going on today, and then the original sale happens tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a little bit, about Amazon Prime Day. It's going to be kicking off. So that's happening actually as we speak, but we're going to do a quick review on that a little bit later in the show. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of some new products that some of them are already on sale and in that Amazon Prime sale. But we've got a special guest we're going to be bringing on here in just a moment. But first, let me give a shout out to Adam Kennard. What's going on? Patrick Feely, hello. Jim, how you doing? Hey, we got Mr. King in the house. Mark, how are you? Pat caught what is this? Caught a schoolie striper yesterday on my Valiant Eagle Gold Pair G combo. Nice. We love it when that happens. We do. Keep on rocking. So we're going to get this going. Guys, do me a favor. When you guys are watching this, the way things happen, I can tell you my special guest can probably feel the same way. Things happen better for us and let us give a better return for you when we get our numbers up. So do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and share. Tag some friends. Tag your cousin, your sister, your wives, your best friends, your fishing partner, even that redhead that's not supposed to be on the boat. Tag that one too, and we'll have ourselves a good time. But speaking of a good time, I'm going to bring somebody on who's no stranger to a good time in live shows, been doing it longer than I have. I'm going to be bringing in Mr. Jim Crowley. Jim, what's going on? How you doing, man?
Great, man. AJ, thanks for having me on, and welcome to everybody joining us. I am thrilled to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. You know, this is probably one of the first times I've had you basically do a very similar job that I do, but, you know, I think you do it on quite a bit different level. It's kind of neat. We got two hosts, two podcast hosts live right now hanging out. And it's cool because KastKing's actually brought us together. And you recently on your podcast had one of our KBAs and of course in the management side of KastKing, Jose Senko recently on your show. How did that go?
Oh, it was great. Jose was awesome. We had a blast, man. We were talking at ICAST and we just hit it off really, really good. And so I think if you and I and Jose were in the same room, we may take up all the oxygen together, man. We had a blast. We had a lot of fun. Got great response from the crowd. And yeah, Jose's a man. I love his expertise. I love his passion.
So, you know, it's funny that you say that. If me, you, and Jose were all in the same room, would take up all the oxygen. That's probably a very accurate statement. What's crazy is I didn't run into you. I don't think I did at ICAST.
No.
But I was there. I was like literally probably on the opposite corner because we stage ourselves away from each other to cover all angles. But it's also good to keep ourselves away from each other because we'll just sit there and talk fishing.
Oh, I know.
And we're not spreading the love of KastKing. We're just hanging out with each other.
Yeah, I know. I was all over the place at ICAST. I was actually filming a whole episode for Wired to Fish TV. And so I had a schedule that I had to keep. I had some pros that I had to meet. I just had some people I wanted to talk to. And the thing was, especially with some of them that I've been in the industry for 30 years. And so there's some of them that, you know, I hadn't seen or I just get to see once a year. I would spend too much time talking to booth. I'm like, I got to go. You know, because we got other stuff to do. But, you know, when you have people with the similar interests, sometimes you just hit it off and you just want to keep talking.
Right. And then at that show, there is so much to see at those trade shows. Like, to me, like, ICAST is cool because you can always see some of the newest, greatest products. You know, I mean, here's one that was featured at ICAST right here, the new Kestrel spinning reel that's still yet to be released.
Yep.
But, you know, you get to see all the new cool stuff happening. But one of my favorite shows to go to are the big trade shows of like the Bassmaster Classic. That's a mega one in my opinion. Red Crest is just starting off and it's just getting vamped up. And I think it's going to be, you know, rivaling Bassmaster Classic here pretty soon. But if you ever get to, as the public, let me say this out of here from somebody who's been to all of them several times.
Yeah.
The Classic to me,
awesome.
It's killer. I mean, there's so many things to see. ICAST is awesome. But if you're looking to get some deals, like you're going, everybody thinks I gotta spend some money. I'm gonna walk away with the greatest deals. The Classic kills it every time. ICAST is more of a trade show of showing what's new, setting up new purchases going into the next year, but the classic is where you get the deal.
iCast is for industry professionals, and I don't mean that egotistically. It's for buyers. It's for that's where everybody connects with their new products for the year, see if they can be working together, see if they can order stuff for their chain stores, all that kind of stuff. Honestly, maybe to some of the public, some of that might be boring. When you get to the classic or you get to Red Crest like that, then you get to see more of the stuff where I think the consumers are really going to be pumped up.
Yeah, and then the aisles. I remember, Jose and I have done some shows where the aisles, you can't walk without your rubbing shoulders the whole way. You're playing swords with everybody else's rods because people are, carrying 5 or 6 bundles of rods and everybody's whacking them, and it's crazy. But the deals are there. The deals are there. So,
for sure.
Speaking of deals, what is the deal with Jim Crowley Outdoors? I mean, you've got quite a few different venues or systems that you run, from, like you said, wire to fish. Do you do any hunting? I mean, give us.
We don't. I used to, before I started Jim Crowley Outdoors, I was fortunate. I was blessed enough to get on Wire to Fish TV. Last year, we just ran the first season of that. Before that, I had an internet show called Hook and Hunt TV, which ran for 11 years. And we did that. So we would do fishing and we would do duck hunting and travel. I traveled different countries. We did a whole bunch of stuff like that. We hunted in Canada. I love duck hunting, which we're just starting in a couple of weeks here. So we did a whole bunch of that. And then we just started focusing more on the fishing stuff. I was a host for years and years in the industry for Midwest Outdoors magazine. I did that for about 9 years, and I wrote for different magazines as well. Then I ended up having a radio show for about 9 years out of the Burlington, Iowa area called Hook and Hunt Radio. And then everything just kind of changed, and which I'm glad. We started evolving more and doing more in social media. And so then when I got the opportunity to do Jim Crowley Outdoors and have my own show on Wired to Fish TV, it started at 4 days a week, and now my show is on 7 days a week. We're on 2 p.m. Pacific Central Time, and then 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and then there's different times on Saturday and Sunday. But anyway, so we have more exposure now because I think Wired to Fish is on like 9 different streaming channels, and they're adding more. And then we started up with Slick Fish Radio, which is actually an idea of a friend of mine, Don Morse, who works for American Tackle, and everybody at KastKing and American Tackle know one another, so to speak. So we did all that. Yeah, there's a page right there. And so we have all the episodes of my podcast, Slick Fish Radio, on the main page right there. We're also on Roku, on Fire TV, on Amazon Music, on iTunes, on Spotify. So we have a lot going on there, as well as Wired to Fish. So plus I do video work for other companies, and we do stuff for social media. So I love what I get to do. God's blessed me with a great career, and I truly enjoy it. I love meeting people. I'm doing more seminars again this year. Those are back in full swing. So, and I love being live. I love doing what you and I are doing. I love giving information out there, talking to somebody else, telling them what we do, how we can make it better for the high school and college English. I don't care, man. If it's fishing, I'm excited to talk about it.
That's it. That's the truth right there, man. I was gonna say, it sounds like this is a major full-time job, but it's a full-time career, as you just. I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah, I worked for the city of Bloomington for 30 years, and I left that job early when the economy was really good because I thought I had the opportunity, and I prayed about it. I had the opportunity. I'm like, if I do this, now's the time to do it. And I took a leap of faith, and it worked. And so now I can do it all the time. I'm backed by some of the best companies in the industry. I have good relationships with them. I am honored to be working for every single company that I get to work with. It's fun. It's enjoyable. And we get to do a lot of cool things. And when I get to meet fans of the show or just people in the industry, it's just fun. I don't know any other way to put it, but I enjoy the living heck out of it. I just truly do.
Yeah, I mean, that's killer. I mean, you've got some big names up here. I mean, Rapple Up, Prime One. We love Prime One.
Oh, yeah.
VMC, Lucas, Outdoor. They got a ton of different things out there. Of course, KastKing just got added to that. And we love having you on there. But you've been fishing with some KastKing gear, and I see American Tackle right there. Of course, we've got several KastKing products, featuring the American Tackle microwave air guides and G2 reel seats and all that good stuff.
When the microwave guides first came out in 2009, I actually met Doug Hannon. I remember when they first came out. Blair Wiggins and I were two of the individuals that I think first tried those back at iCast in 2009. And I am not kidding you, AJ. The first cast I made with it, I went, "What the heck is this?" I got 40 feet farther on every cast. In the last 4 years, I have not built the rod without microwave guides on them. They just work. Plain and simple. It's not rocket science. It's just better line management and on spinning reels. And they just work. And I love to fish for smallmouth. And the farther you can stay off the smallmouth and the farther you can make those casts, the more consistent of an angler you're going to be. And they flat out work.
Right. We've got them on 3 different series of rods I can think of. And they're phenomenal. I love them. What American Tackle is doing. Fuji's got some great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Fuji's Fuji. But American Tackle's doing things a little different, and they're winning awards doing it too.
You had mentioned Rapala. I've been with Rapala for 15 years. I think I'm one of the longest pro staff guys, not the longest, but one of the longest guys on there, and they've been absolutely awesome. I've got to learn a lot about my fishing from people from Rapala. And they're just great. And I can't say about Lucas Oil, Durasafe, DeBro, all of them. They have become friends, and we're working to really seriously try to put out products in the industry that are going to be better for the individual angler. Not everybody's a pro. Most people are like us. They fish. They fish. They have a 40-hour week. They want to go make their 8-hour day on a Saturday or Sunday better. That's the stuff that I'm lucky enough I get to concentrate on some of the people with. I want to make the average guy, which we are, go out and be a better angler. And if we can add a new product or two to that, that's one of the reasons I love KastKing so much, because you guys do everything in-house for a price that people can afford and have great equipment to work with.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because like you said, you're the longest running member with Rapala. I'm the longest running member with KastKing, other than the owner himself of the company. You know, and I'm very proud of that. And I don't know about you, but I've never won a Bassmaster Classic. I'm not the baddest dude on the lake at my bodies of waters, but I can catch some fish. And it just goes to show, you know, you're a product yourself. And if you can go out there and use good products and put those products in front of people and say, hey, look, check these out. You got to check it out. Give it a try. Here's some of the different things to do. You don't have to be the baddest guy on the water, but you do, as long as you're educated and you can present a good product to somebody, those companies are going to keep you around. And I can tell you right now, there's a ton of people who are going to watch this or out there looking. I know I get there all the time from especially the young kids, and even some of the older guys are like, how can I get sponsored, or how can I do this, or how can I do that? You know, and
I ask people that question. I ask pros like that. I'm like, you know, what would you tell the kids? And since I'm kind of in that position now, what would you tell the kids? This is what I tell everybody. 2 things are going to help you get somewhere in this industry: honesty and integrity. If you lie, they will find you out right away. And 2, you shouldn't be doing it if you're doing that in the first place. Honesty and integrity. You have to be honest about what you're doing, and you have to have integrity. If you're looking to be a sponsored angler, here is the bottom line. If you don't raise a company's bottom line, they don't need you. Okay?
Right.
That's it. Everybody can catch a bass. I don't care. I'll remember my mentor in the industry was Mike Thorson from the St. Croix Rod Company years and years ago, and we're still great friends. I was telling him about all the local tournaments that I was doing well in and winning some stuff and doing good in regional events. He goes, that's great. Bass fishermen are a dime a dozen. How are you going to sell my product? And I looked at him with my mouth wide open as a 25-year-old kid and went, I have no idea. I was lucky enough that he taught me. So if you think that you're just going to make it fishing, you're going to be in for a long haul and staying in the back of your truck or trailer a lot. You better have something else to offer.
It's absolute work. It is absolute work. I mean, people don't realize it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. But yeah, I mean, it's you got to get out there. Just like you said about the tournaments, you go out to a tournament on your local lakes. I would say easy 70% of those guys already have some kind of a rod deal or a real deal with somebody.
And just because you win a tournament at a local event is not going to turn around in dollars for a company. What else can you do? If I had a decent tournament, even though I didn't win, I'd stay around at the boat ramp. And after several years, guys would come up to me and go, how'd you catch fish today? Even if I got a 9th, 10th, or 11th place. Well, I was honest with them. I wouldn't tell them where I was, but the tournament's over. I had no problem telling them what I caught fish on if that's going to turn around and make my company dollars. I figured that out thanks to my friend Mike at a very, very young age. And if I'm going to be around for a while, I better put in the work. The bottom line is, if you want more, work more, period.
Right. Grow your reach. It's social
Yeah.
media is more of a tool and more of a weapon and a product to get yourself out there. Like for people watching, wanting to know how to grow, how to get sponsored, how to become a KBA KastKing brand ambassador, or work for companies like Prime One and Rapala and these, VMC hooks and stuff. Is grow yourself as a product, get your reach out there. Start, really hammering Instagram and hammering Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, and find what your favorite platform is and just try to grow and excel.
I'll tell you a really, really quick story. Before all the internet was popular and everything, what I would do is I would call outdoor newspaper reporters within about a 10-mile, 20-mile radius of my hometown where I was living. And what I would do is I'm like, would you want to come out fishing with me? I've got you some new stuff to show. Well, they had heard about some of my good placings, and I was starting to make a little name for myself. And then I would ask the reporter, what do you like for lunch? You like ham or turkey sandwiches? And so they would be, I like turkey. The key to it was, what's your favorite candy bar? They would tell me, but they would forget that they did, and they'd be surprised in a boat and go, oh, by the way, from the Chicago Sun-Times, you like Snickers, don't you? You remember that? Yeah, I remember that. But you know what? They would write articles about me.
Yeah. Take notes. I mean, it's right there, and always just knowledge is power. Knowledge is power out there. So speaking of knowledge and power, you and I have been talking for a couple of weeks trying to get lined up, and you were sending me pictures of you out there with some KastKing products.
Yeah.
And you love the deadbolt, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but the deadbolt's not the key to what drew you to KastKing.
No.
What was it?
The ice fishing reels. And I think I just read this, they're like the #1 selling reel on Amazon. They're like $20. And I've got 3 of them. And I've used this. I've used one of the pike reels before. And it was just like funny when we got to talking. I'm like, I already have like 8 or 9 KastKing reels. But this right here, this little reel I call it the Red Rocket. It is my perch killer, man. We filmed 2 shows with crappies and perch with this last year. I love this little reel. And the thing is that the drag system is so smooth on this. This is a $20 reel. And I love it. If somebody wanted to panfish with this, I'd say go for it. The drag is incredibly smooth. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
They're fantastic, man. They're neat. We were talking just before the show started, and I'm getting ready to go up north here in Arizona into some really cold country.
There you go.
And I'm packing these. I'm going to be doing some trout fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any ice fishing, but I'm going to have a little blast with these little guys right here. I can usually catch them, use them for bluegill, but it's so neat. But it's neat. So you've got the Royale Legend ice fishing reels.
Yeah.
What are some of we already know you got the deadbolt. Tell me about
my favorite reel, my absolute favorite reel. And I got it this year because when I talked to Jose and I bought these, I bought 2 of them. Now I was interested when I first saw the ads. You guys were doing the ads on the Demon Elite high-speed spinning reel. 7-4-1. My absolute right now favorite reel. And I will tell you why. I love throwing jerk baits on spinning tackle. And the reason being is because it's easier to throw those baits longer distances without having to worry about a bait caster. And I throw some, for everywhere from Rapala size 8s or 10s, the smaller ones like the 6s and the 8s, the X-Rap size 6 and 8. That requires a spinning reel to throw it on light line. Okay. But what I wanted a reel that I could pick up line quickly, because the average spinning reel on the market is 5-0-1 or 5-3-1. And a lot of work with the spinning reel. When I saw that 7-4-1, I walked into KastKing booth, and when Jose introduced himself to me, I got to see that spinning reel. As soon as I saw that, I went back home. I went on and I ordered 2 of them. And I've was in La Crosse last week throwing jerk baits and jigging wraps for smallmouth and walleyes, and that 7-4-1 makes my job, it sounds funny when I say job, but makes my job to film a show easier because I put less work into it. And it's incredibly responsive, and a drag system. I think it's got like 10+1 ball bearings. It's amazing. It's a fantastic reel, and it's like $99.
Yeah, saltwater friendly, fastest gear ratio. I mean, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. So we got people just jumping around. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's telling. Now, did you happen? It's not that one, but where did it? I'll let that one roll for a minute. But this one right here, I know who this is, but have you seen the new video going around? Caught a small bass today with a skateboard. Have
I
you been
thought
seeing it?
was that with the rod where the guy used one of the KastKing rods for a skateboard?
Well, this gentleman, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Doug, most likely. He is over in California, and he actually took the Kong rod, and he's a
Crazy.
pro skater, and has been getting into fishing. This guy and I, we just love chatting all the time. And he ended up putting a set of trucks, or the wheels from the skateboard onto a Kong rod and went out. Dude, he skated the crap out of this thing. And I tell you what, it takes
God
it.
bless him, because I would have busted my butt. I couldn't even have stood up on that thing. So I give him kudos for that.
He was kick flipping it, olling it, like he's doing all the stuff. He's taking it off jumps. It's crazy. And it just handled it. And then, of course, some other people were skating on it. It was just hilarious. But then he was challenged. Okay, you've rode a skateboard, or you've rode a fishing pole as a skateboard. Now we want you to take a skateboard out and go catch fish with it. So I'm pretty sure he mounted a KastKing reel to a skateboard and went out fishing with it.
Good for him.
So you guys got to check that out. Go look for that on KastKing Community's page and YouTube. And that thing's crazy. But hey, you never know what you're going to see in the world of KastKing. So speaking of the world of KastKing, you've been partnering with us and going to start doing some different things with us. But what can people expect? Of course, they're going to start seeing a lot more KastKing stuff on some of your videos because you're falling in love with the brand, obviously. And we got the tools to help you do your job.
Right.
But where can people follow you? Where can people see your show? What other shows do you do? I know we've talked about you do different series of Wire to Fish, but for people out there who've never come across Jim Crowley Outdoors, what are some of the ways that they can find you and see some of your videos?
The easiest way to do it is just go to jimcrowleyoutdoors.com. That is our webpage. And that will tell you all the times when we are on Wire to Fish. If you want to find my show on Wire to Fish TV, it's easy. Go to Plex. That's probably the biggest streaming station that we have right now. Look up Wire to Fish on Plex. And my show is on every day, 2 p.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on Saturday and Sundays, I think it's like 11 and 1, but you would have to check that. And then my show, Slick Fish Radio, you can just, if you like the Jim Crowley Outdoors page on Facebook, you will, if that or on YouTube, you will find, you will always have announcements. We always keep you updated on new products, on what we're doing, where we're going. JimCrowleyOutdoors.com is the easiest way to do that. Jim Crowley Outdoors on Facebook and Jim Crowley Outdoors on Instagram. We are growing that page now, so you will start seeing new little video clips, new little shorts, new little reels. I've got some stuff that I'm working on for later this week and next week as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be showing off a KastKing discount code later in the week if you come to my page and like my page, and we'll get all that into that stuff. But it's going to be fun. You guys work with American Tackle, so do I. I work with Prime One. Who knows what the heck we're going to be able to come up with in time, but I know for sure it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun for sure. Jim, I tell you what, man, you did it. You took all the work out of it for me. I mean, like, that was like one of the best outros right there, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate it, man. God bless you and all your viewers and listeners for taking your time to listen to me tonight and have me on. And I hope we get to do this, trade back and forth, however you want to do it. I'm blessed to be a part of it, and I thank you for your time.
It's like you've done this before.
Twice.
Twice. You've done it 2 times. Well, Jim, thank you very much for coming on the show. I'm going to turn you loose, and I'm going to tell these people about Amazon Prime Day that's happening. So, Jim, go get you some dinner. Go get you some rest.
Gotcha. God bless you, brother.
Thank you, man. Have a great night. That was Jim Crowley from Jim Crowley Outdoors. And then, of course, he's got a lot of things on Wire to Fish TV. And then, of course, Slick Fish Radio. So you guys definitely go check that out. That guy's a cool cat, I tell you. He's got some really great things to offer. And, of course, lots of information, a lot of fun stuff on there. Tons of cool guests, guys. Check him out. Such a good personality. We love Jim over here at KastKing. So, but speaking of things that people love, let's get into discounts and crazy deals. And I tell you what, Amazon Prime Early Access is kicking off right now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Up to 60% off on a lot of deals. Now, right here, don't be fooled. Let me go ahead and share this page with you. We've got right here, boom, the KastKing. This is KastKing.com, okay? Now, this is the Amazon Prime Early Access sale, kind of an explanation page for you, right? So these sales are happening at Amazon. But if you wanted to get a quick idea of what's going on, what's for sale, here's a quick breakdown to easily show it to you, because we decided to make a page for you guys to see what's happening. You've got your bacon. Look at all these different spinning reels right here. Boom. The new Royale Legend 2. I'm going to be showing you guys this guy right here. This is a sneak peek. It's a new reel. Just hit Amazon this week. You guys can get it on a special price before I even get to show it to you guys. You guys can go out and possibly fish with it by this weekend and tell everybody else about it. That's one sneak peek, and it's right here. It is right here in that sale. Normally a $35 to $40 reel, $22. This is where it starts out on there. Sick sales, up to 60% off. Like I had mentioned, we got them on spinning, tons of different options there. We've got them on bait casting, all these different bait casting reels. The new Brutus, that guy right there, that's a brand new reel, new Brutus bait casting reel, just barely fresh to market. It's already on sale before the introduction sale price. You guys can take advantage of it on new Amazon Prime Day. This thing's loaded. Monster braking system on this thing. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be great, great control with that. So you see there's the old style Brutus, and then of course the new style Brutus for sale. You got the Spin Cast, Valiant Eagle. You got the Mega Jaws series. Of course, the Crixus series is in there. Lots of great things to take advantage from in reels. Rods, boom. Speed Demon Pro rods are in there, guys. The Royale Select's in there. Lots of different rods to take advantage. Of course, one of our best-selling reels or rods, the Pair G2. From fishing lines in there, we got tons of tool, terminal tackle, knives. Sunglasses are making that. New apparel's hitting there, the new beanies, things of that nature, gloves, and then, of course, the fishing bags. This is one of my favorite bags right here. If you guys haven't pulled the trigger on that, normally $100, $20 off. That's a killer deal. Now, that's a breakdown on the website to help you guys find it. Now, of course, you jump over to KastKing on Amazon. Here's the Amazon profile. If you guys are going to be scrolling through looking for those deals, look for this right here, the Prime Early Access tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow, they're going to have the Prime Access as well. So, guys, jump on there. Some of our best favorite reels and lines are going to be profiled on here. Different tackle storage. Some really, really great stuff to take a look at happening right now, tonight, as we speak, is the Early Access. And then tomorrow, full swing Amazon Prime Day. So, guys, keep an eye on those Prime sales. You can peek over at KastKing.com, find that little explanation like I was showing you on the Prime Day sales, and it's going to be fantastic. Now, before I turn you guys loose on this 30-minute mark for our show tonight, I definitely wanted to let you guys know this is the last week to get that 50% off early pre-sale on the new KastKing deflector rain gear. So you guys definitely want to jump on that. It's going to be awesome. I've already pre-ordered my rain gear. I can't wait. I'm like counting the days to December. If you order, this is going to be a later for normal sale. You guys are going to be seeing that later in 2023, early 2023, like probably close to spring. But if you guys get into that pre-sale, jump onto that pre-sale, especially in that 50% off mark right now. This is the last week for it. You should be getting your rain gear by Christmas. And I tell you what, I love cold weather, Christmas, and fishing right after that, especially getting into those new tournament seasons starting into January and February. You're going to want to be prepared. Get on it. Get it half price now. Next week, it rolls into 40% off. So you guys definitely want to get onto that. Get that rain gear. Take advantage of Amazon Prime Day, guys. Some killer deals happening. And guys, make sure you check out Jim Crowley Outdoors, guys. That's the cat's a cool cat. He's been doing it way longer than I've been doing this stuff, and such a great dude. Guys, my name is AJ Gore. I'm going to turn you loose, but before I do, make sure you guys are following us on TikTok under KastKing USA. We have 2 Instagram pages, KastKing Community and KastKing USA. And of course, a warning, Instagram is full of all kinds of creeps that are trying to claim they're KastKing, but they're not. Do not be fooled. Often imitated, but never duplicated. It is KastKing USA, no periods, no underscores, no hyphens, no nada, nothing, no numbers. And then, of course, KastKing Community. No spaces, no underscores, none of that stuff. That is a genuine page. And if you're watching right here via Facebook or YouTube, you already know where to find us. Just make sure you smash that subscribe button. Give us a like. Give us a share. And we love it. Melissa Justice is telling us right now she's already ordered. She's already ordered her rain gear. That's killer. Boom, right here. We've got already ordered $75 a gear about an hour ago and about to save $50 on the sale prices. Yeah. We love that, Adam. Thank you very much. What else we got in here? Oh, Doug, Yeah, I understand. I think everybody can feel the same way Doug feels. My name is Doug, and I have a problem with not getting to fish enough. Van Hendricks has already got that rain gear ordered, and it's going to be a great, great winter for anybody else involved. Right here, Chris McVeigh says that he got his order too, both the jacket and the bib. Me too, bro. Me too. Can I say, too, before I turn you guys loose, make sure you measure yourselves accordingly to the chart so that way you get the most accurate fit. Alrighty, guys, my name is AJ Gore. We are at that 30-minute mark, and I'm going to turn you guys loose. And I appreciate you guys tuning in for another Tuesday Night Live. But guys, Nikki's going week later. Nikki's going week later this live. Nikki's going live later this week. Make sure you guys watch her on YouTube, and I'll see you guys next week with another sneak peek of some great reels that we're going to talk about and we're going to dive into. We got a new Spartacus. We got a new Royal Legend. We got a new Brutus. We got some new winter gear, guys. You guys are going to want to see next week's show. Have a great night.